वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
अथ द्वादशोऽध्यायः। एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्ताः स्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः। मय्यावेश्य मनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया पर्युपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमा मताः। ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यमव्यक्तं पर्युपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्। सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समबुद्धया ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः। क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषामव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते। ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परा अनन्येनैव योगेन मां ध्यायन्त उपासते तेषामहं समुद्धरता मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्। मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः। अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय। अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि। अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्। श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ज्ञानात् कर्मफलत्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्। अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी। सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोको लोकान्नो च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैर्मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः। अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः। यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः। समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः। तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतः स्थिरमतिर्भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः। ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उपस्थित भगवत
भक्तों के रूप में मेरी अपनी ही आत्माओं। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता भगवान के मुखारबिंद से निकली हुई अमर वाणी है, और जो भी जीव श्रद्धा सहित इस अमर वाणी को धारण करता है, वो जीवत्व को छोड़कर ईश्वरत्व की प्राप्ति करता है, इसमें कोई संशय नहीं है। ये जीवात्मा चाहे जिस देश में रहे और चाहे जिस भेष में रहे, गीता सबका सब काल में समान रूप से कल्याण करने वाला एक अनुपम एवं अलौकिक ग्रंथ है।
Brahmanandam Para You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly, and you will be helping the world and the universe. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev Maharaj. Stay blessed.
सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. On behalf of Swami Geeta Kiran ji and Bhagavad Joshi ji, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Having said that, I'd like to invite Joshi ji to please unmute yourself and take it over from here. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. We just had a wonderful week of Diwali. Sri Ram came back to Ayodhya winning a wonderful spiritual war with Ravana. It was a great, great week. And India has created a new world record of more than 12 lakhs Deepak, which was even verified by NASA. So again, happy Diwali, keep the spirit of Diwali going. With that said, I want to welcome again our distinguished guest, Sri Kapoor ji, Sri Prasad ji. I want to request to start our program with dear brother Narendra Kapoor ji to please take it upon you and energize us with your vitamins from Bhagavad Gita. Kapoor sahab. Unmute you, please. Unmute your system. Yeah, you are.
Okay, so you can hear me, right?
Yes, you are okay now. Very good. Thank you.
Okay. I submit my apology to all the audience, to yourself, Geeta Ma, Prasad ji, and my dear friend Peter ji. I am in a travel status, but I am going to attend to this, my beloved platform. Om Shri Paramatme Namaha. Gita Shasmidham Punyam Ya Pathet Priyatapuman Vishnu Padam Vaproti Bhai Shokadi Bharjitaha Gita Adhyan Shilasya Pranayam Parasyate Naiva Santi Hi Papani पूर्वजन्म कृतानि च ॐ विश्वानि देव सवितरदुरितानि पराशुभ यद्भद्रं तन्मेयाशुभ ॐ हरिण्यगर्भा संगतताग्रे भूतस्य जाता पतिरेके आसीत् तदाधार पृथ्वी जामुते माम तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ या आत्मदा बलदा यस्य विश्व उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवा यस्य छाया अमृतं यस्य मृत्यु कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ शान्तकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोक एकैनाथम् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. We celebrated Diwali last week for 5 days, and Diwali is very much correlated to Bhagavad Gita. That is the victory of knowledge over ignorance. That is the spirit of Diwali, spiritually speaking. And that is what Srimad Bhagavad Gita is. We are full of ignorance, and we are looking for the divine wisdom, divine light. And that is what Srimad Bhagavad Gita is professing from the rooftop. Our mind is in the darkest corner of this universe. We know many things, but we practice nothing. And that is ignorance. And we are looking for the divine light, divine wisdom, so that we may change ourselves. And Diwali was the reminder to all of us, please do that, please do that, please do that. Let me elaborate this point by share with you one example. This whole planet is empty. We filled up with ourselves. Like I buy a land of 400 yards from the realty agent, and I put up a fence, and I call this is my land. Before I bought it, it was not my land. But the moment I put up the fence, I use the word this is my land. Then I signed up a contract with the contractor, and he built up according to the design of plan submitted to him, my house. So now that space becomes house. I say this is my house. Now there are 20 rooms. And if I ask somebody what you have, they say, we have 20 rooms, but they are all empty. They use the word empty because you didn't fill it up with the furniture and other gadgets so far. So all the 20 rooms are empty. It is still an open space. Then I start putting up sofa sets, carpets, gadgets, and other implements and accessories and fill it up. And now when I ask what is in the room, I don't talk any space now. I don't talk about any emptiness. I talk about my sofa, carpet, other things. This is how the life is. we create our own world and we totally forget that the room which we are talking about, it still has spaces. Corners are not filled up, ceiling is not filled up, and there are other areas of the four walls which are still empty. Emptiness means the presence of God. It was God's space, the whole thing. I started step by step to bring my own kingdom. And now building a kingdom means creating attachment to things. I totally forget that it was an open space, and open space is yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati tasya aham na pranashyami sacha mere na pranashyati. जो ईश्वर को हमने देखना था वो स्पेस हमने अपनी चीजों से भर दी, अपने पोजेशन से भर दी है. So we created kingdom of I-ness and we totally forget कि ईश्वर वहां है कि नहीं है. And then we go and bow our head and heart in the temples and looking for God. We totally forgot that the space on which my house is, it was God's land. It was not my land, and it still belongs to Him. God still resides here, but my thinking has changed. So that is a human paradox. And Bhagavad Gita challenges you that don't think that way. Your created, your own kingdom is a kingdom of suffering, terrible suffering, spiritual suffering, physical suffering, emotional suffering. There is no peace in the world in which you create. But there is a wide open spaces, expanse of the surface of the ocean, open skies, talking to the trees and bushes and butterflies. That is God's creation, and we totally forget to look at that creation. In the night, we put up the curtains. We never look at the sky. The phenomenal creation, display of the divine forces, trillions and billions of stars moving with the speed of light, galaxies, nebulas. We will never look at the creation. We put up the curtains and we are lying on the sofa and think we are at the top of the world. Are you kidding me? You are at the top of the suffering. So Bhagavad Gita gives you the wisdom, the guidelines. Just now we recited, Maharaj is recited with his own divine voice, chapter 12. That is what godly kingdom is. Create those qualities in you. Bring the passion and make the mission to visualize the live presence of the Almighty all around you. But it cannot be because we have a spiritual cataract. We can't see spirituality. We can't see the presence of God. We may say many things, but we cannot see it only because I have a spiritual cataract. I have to develop the art of 2020 vision, spiritual. And then God is all around me, within me, behind me, in front of me. That is the objective of the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Last time when we shared the thoughts, I made a very humble request to all of us that see the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita through the periscope or fineness of your thoughts. Polish them and change. Otherwise, whatever we are doing, they are all rituals. And rituals, there is no spiritual progress. We create so many beautiful temples and ashrams, but people living there, they don't follow the instructions, the guidelines of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Instead of attaching to home, now we attach to the ashrams. It is the same attachment. Create attachment with the God, which is within you. Visualize that. But it will not happen until and unless I give up my own kingdom. I look on the other side. There are a lot of creative. Creation is all around me, but I don't connect myself. So my humble submission to all of us is study Bhagavad Gita, but implement it. Change your vision. Apply on a daily basis. Look where the creation is prospering all around you. Go and talk to the trees, to the bushes, to the butterflies. Look at the sky and astronomy. Look at the vastness of the expanse of the ocean. Look at the horizon. God resides there. All around you, that is your own kingdom, your own possessions, your own miseries, your own suffering, emotional, physical, spiritual. Don't live that way. There's a better way. Bhagavad Gita gives the insight. 700 verses. Each and every verse is repleted with the divine wisdom. The only mistake we make, we don't implement. We don't implement on a daily basis. Until and unless we change, there is no benefit coming out of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And I gave you the example last time. Swami Harihar Maharaj was the living epitome of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Each and every iota of his body was a mini Bhagavad Gita. Simplest of the simple man on this planet, moving around as a world traveler, without any possessions. He set the example. He brought up the standard of living at the highest point. So we should try to reach that, touch that point with our own conduct, with our own change. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, one more thing I just want to share with you. It is the elitist philosophy. Today I was in the high school and sharing thoughts to the 12th graders. The social studies teacher called under the umbrella of Multi-Faith Forum. I am one of the directors of that forum on Long Island. So we visited the schools. I asked them, the students, there were about 50 students in the class. I asked them, what do you know about Hinduism? Can you believe it? Nobody said anything. They said, we never heard of. And I was totally surprised. So I took 40 minutes. And by the time I finished, the teacher, the principal, they were in attendance. They came to me and said, Mr. Kapoor, nobody came here and projected light the way you have done it. It was only due to the wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I brought up open up the chapter of wisdom and the vision embedded in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I explained to the concept of the body and the soul and eternity. So the idea I am sharing with you, this example I gave you, that once we practice and understand Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and you stand up in the crowd, they will touch your feet. So let us commit ourselves that whatever time we are left, because we are a visitor on this planet, whatever visa time is left now, make an impact on the living people by projecting the true wisdom of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, by practicing it at your own level. When we change, the world changes. With these words, I am giving this forum back to my dear Joshiji, who gave me the opportunity to share some thoughts. I wish you good health. You are a great man. You are a great friend, and I love you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Gurudev.
Joshiji, unmute yourself. Unmute.
Yeah, I can
unmute.
hear also.
Yeah.
Thank
unmute.
you, Kapoor Sahib. Very well said. The real essence of knowledge is to apply in one's life. If it is not applied in day-to-day life, it was as good as a book sitting in your library and never opened it. So thank you so much for invoking the thought of using Bhagavad Gita principle in their daily life and become one of the happiest human person ever. Bhagavad Gita has the potential to make you and bring the happiness in you, which is a lasting happiness. And that is also reflected in chapter 2, verse 16. So it is about, if you know the truth, which always remains, and untruth, which will never stay for good. Bhagavad Gita teaches us what is the truth and how that truth should be used in our day-to-day life. Thank you again, Kapoor Sahib. Love you.
Thank you.
Dr. Saab, I request you. They are all very eager, alert to listen to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna, everybody.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Let me start with the prayer to Bhagwan and Gurudev Maharaj. Vansi vibhushita karam navnirdabhat pitambara darunabimb phaladharoshthat Purnendu sundar mukhat Arvinda netrat Krishnat param kimapi tattvamaham na jane Ajnanatimirandhasya ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We have to remember it is Guru who takes away the ignorance from us. By applying Chakshur Unmilitam Yena provides that Jnana Shalakaya. He puts into our eye that medicament which brings out the knowledge from within us and allows us to be with Brahma. That is what is the ultimate goal. We are going through chapter 5 and we have gone up to verse 9. As you all know, in chapter 5, on being asked by Arjuna, Bhagwan is explaining to Arjuna about Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyasa. He has already mentioned Yat Sankhye Prapte Sthanam Tatyogairapi Gamyate ekam sankham cha yogam cha yah pashyati sapashyati. He has explained that the goal is the same whether you are following the path of karma yoga or that of karma sannyasa. The paths may vary, may differ. One is the path of karma yoga and the other is the path of karma sannyasa. In karma yoga, the goal is first to get rid of the impurities of the mind, because unless and until the impurities of mind are removed, you will never be able to go ahead and concentrate on that Brahma on which you are supposed to do in karma sannyasa. There you have to have the value of meditation. You should be able to concentrate inwards, getting rid of the world and the prakriti. You should allow your mind to concentrate on Brahma and not the sansara. But this cannot happen unless and until you have purified your mind, which is full of various degrees of impurities, depending upon the guna in you. So Bhagwan is trying to explain that. But in this verse 10, he is adding one more factor for the karma yogi to practice. What he says? Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lepyate na sapapena padmapat mivam bhasa. In first part, Bhagwan is saying that those karma yogi brahmani adhaya karmani, that is, whatever actions they perform, they dedicate all the actions to Brahma, to Lord, to Bhagwan. That is one side, that he is also taking the shelter of Bhagwan. At the same time, dealing with sansara, what he does? Sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. That he performs the action abandoning attachment. So, a karma yogi has this another avenue added on to him, that he not only takes care of detaching oneself from the sansara, but he also attaches himself to Brahma. So while they do this, so two things he has to do. One is to sangam tyaktva, abandoning attachment, and the other thing is to catch hold of Bhagwan. So that is two ways when they do, what will happen? That is given in the second part. Lipyate na sapapena padma patra mivambhasa. Lipyate na sapapena, that means he will not be affected by sin. There will be no sin associated with this action. You see, if you remember chapter 18, verse 3, that was in answer to Arjuna's question of what is the difference between sannyasa and tyag. You all have heard Maharaji explaining these verses, first few verses of chapter 18, so beautifully. Not once, several times he has told us to understand what is sannyasa, what is tyag. In that part, verse 3, it has been mentioned, Tyajam dosa vadityeke karma prahur manisinaha. That manisinas, they, according to them, each and every action has some tinge of possibility of dosa. The word dosa is used, which applies sin. The kind of sin is not taken as sin elsewhere, but it is a question of demerit. If you are performing an action, there is a possibility of you getting merit, of course, is there, but there can also be some element of demerit in that. That is the thing here. Bhagwan is also indicating that there is a possibility of, if you are performing action without getting rid of the attachment, without having attachment to Bhagwan, if you are performing, then there is a possibility of your getting affected by this papa. Kalmasa sometimes is mentioned, sin is sometimes mentioned, but that will not happen if you are Brahmanidhaya karmani and Sangam Tyaktva karoti. So that is the thing. You will not be, or that karma yogi who does this performs action with these two will not be affected by sin. Example Bhagavan is giving, Padma Patra Mivambhasa. As a lotus leaf, when it is on the surface of water, all the time, it is in touch with water, yet not a drop of water can remain on its surface intact, does not remain. It slips away from the surface of the leaf of lotus leaf. Now, lotus is in our scripture, you will find so many places in Shastras and mentioned, lotus has been mentioned. Whenever we praise Bhagavan, or you will find lots of our Devata and Devis, they are associated with lotus. The beautiful example is that of Ma Lakshmi, lotus there, she's having lotus in her hands. You will have the lotus coming out, the stalk of lotus coming out from Bhagavan Vishnu when he's lying on a Sarasaya, and on that lies Lord Brahma, the creator. So the significance or mention of lotus is given all over in Shastras in various ways, and it is also called Pankaj. Panka is murky water. All those who have seen or had experience of plucking lotus flower from pond will note that most part of that lotus is underwater. There is dirty, murky water, and from that comes that stalk, and that stalk of lotus plant is most of the time very long, it twisted, tangled in coils. They're all underneath. There are only two things of lotus plant is on the surface. On the surface is only one thing, that is a leaf, and above the surface is the lotus flower. So the beauty of lotus flower and lotus leaf has been described all over the place. भगवान राम के भजन करते हैं, श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम. See Kanja Lochan, his eyes are like lotus. His mouth is lotus, hand is lotus, feet is lotus, all over the place lotus. When we say Bhagwan, Sri Krishna के मुखार बिंद से निकला हुआ, निकली हुई अमरवाणी है, गीता के बारे में कहते हैं. तो lotus has been mentioned to describe the beauty of Devata and Devis all over in our scriptures. I don't want to quote verses from Upanishads and here and there, that will take a long time. But the beauty is that it has got two components one at the level of water, that is a leaf, and above the water is flower. What is the significance? It has been mentioned that the creation from Brahma, the creation takes place. The creative force are all two parts. One is underneath, and that is unmanifest, invisible Nirgun Brahma. As long as the part of lotus, those parts of the lotus which are below water, that symbolizes the presence of, or non-presence of, an invisible part of unmanifest Nirgun Brahma. And on this, as it comes above that, then it becomes Saguna Brahma. It indicates Saguna Brahma. But the leaf is another part of it, which is on the surface, which indicates the purity of the presence of Brahma in contact with the sansar, but yet remain uninvolved. That's what it is. Lipyate nasa papena padma patra mivam bhasa. Ambhasa is water and padma patra is lotus leaf. On the lotus leaf, as the water is on the lotus leaf, so is the activities of karma of a karma yogi. If he is detaching himself from sansar, attaching himself with the Brahma, his karma will not get so affected by any kind of sin with that. That is the beauty of lotus flower. Now, the way Bhagwan is saying here, Brahmanyadhaya karmani, this is again mentioned so beautifully in verse 27 of chapter 9. And this is the one which we should try to practice. And that is what Dr. Narendra Kapoorji has been talking about, how to practice, how to practice. Each and every verse of Bhagavad Gita, there is a message which we have to understand and bring into practice. There cannot be a better thing to remember this verse and try to practice as much as possible. You will see over the period of time, maybe in the beginning, you may not be able to do 100%. Or 90% or 80%. Once we try to do this, once we remember, have I done that? I have committed that thing. And did I remember Bhagwan while I am doing this? You see, we have always been talking about at least remember, you eat. When everybody eats, without eating, you cannot survive. So before eating, did we remember that verse? Brahmara param brahmavir brahmagaro brahmana. We have remembered that verse. We know that verse. We remember that verse. We also told ourselves that before meal, I will do that. But if you have not done that, have you remembered that we have forgotten and we should remember and practice? This verse is so beautiful. Bhagwan says, Yat karosi yad asnasi, yad juhosi dadasi yat, yat tapasyasi konteya, tat kuru swamadarpanam. This verse has to be remembered, has to be gone deeper into what Bhagwan is saying. This has to be practiced and practice and practice. Bhagwan says, whatever you do, आप जो भी काम करोगे, अगर उसमें भगवान को अपना साथी बना लोगे, अगर भगवान के का नाम स्मरण कर लोगे, कभी वो काम विफल नहीं होगा. Sorry.
Absolutely true, Dr. Prasad.
If you bring this into practice, I tell you, you will enjoy. There will be dramatic change in life. Whatever you do, remember him. Eating is of course, a very small part of the whole living. Do so many things all the time. Do we not get out of the bed, put our foot on the floor? Do we remember Mother Earth? Do we tell her, forget me, I am putting my foot on earth? Maharaj has taught us. I am sure each one of us are devotees of Maharaj. We have all been told to practice that. Before, as soon as you open eye, do you recite 12th chapter? Do we remember Bhagwan? Do we remember Gurudev? Do we pray to Bhagwan? That so practice is important. Narendra Kapoor ji has been trying to hammer this all the time because this is the most important part of our life. We may theoretically go through the Bhagwan ko pakro aur sansar ko chhod do. Kaun sansar ko chhodta hai? कितने लोग हैं संसार पर ध्यान नहीं देते, दिन रात लगे रहते हैं attachment, sangam taktva. 100 of times Bhagwan has said in Gita, 100 times. In one chapter 16, it has talked about 10 or 15 times. So many times, chapter 2, chapter 3, everywhere. You see, I'm talking about here, there is another verse immediately after that, in verse 20, verse 18, then again there is Sangam Taktva. Sangam Taktva, all the time is there. But have we really practiced Sangam Tattva? We have all the time, this table is mine, this book is mine, this pen is mine, this car is mine, and everything is mine, my mind, lage rehte hain. Bhagavan कहते हैं, yat karosi, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever oblation you offer, whatever you give to make, whatever austerity, यज्ञ दान तब तो ये पुण्य के काम है, ये तो आप करते हैं, ठीक बात है, लेकिन इसके अलावा beyond that also whatever you perform, offer that to Bhagwan and then move ahead. Enjoy, your life will be so beautiful. राम सुखदास जी का मैं देखा एक कमेंट था उनका. What he is trying to say, he is make a distinction between material world outside, your body, and Ishwar, Jagat, Jeev or Jagadishwar. If we take three, what he is trying to do, what he is trying to explain in this verse, आप संसार के क्रियाओं और पदार्थों को अगर आप अर्पण करते हैं तो ये संसार के कर्मों का आपने कर्म योगी का काम किया. आप अगर साथ में प्रकृति, दैट इज बॉडी, समष्टि प्रकृति एंड दिस इज व्यष्टि प्रकृति, एंड संसार की जो प्रकृति है वो समष्टि प्रकृति है. समष्टि प्रकृति और व्यष्टि प्रकृति, सारे प्रकृति को आप समझते हैं कि ये तो हमारे लिए दिए हुए हैं अपने कर्मों को करने के लिए. We have been provided this body and its mind and intellect, and they are the elements which have been given to you. They have been the instruments that are given to you to make use of, but consider not yourself. That is not you. That is not yours. That belongs to nature. That is nature. That is prakriti. That is body is also prakriti. नासवान है. ब्रह्म तो एक है जो जीव आत्मा है, तो जीव के साथ खेल कर रहा है. So we should consider those who are trying to, ज्ञानी पुरुष इस प्रकृति, शरीर और व्यष्टि प्रकृति सब के तरफ से अपने को अलग समझते हैं. एंड जो आदमी भक्त है वो सारा चीज समझता है सब भगवान का है, सब भगवान को अर्पण कर देता है. तो दैट इज ए भक्त योगी. Looks like my time is I have finished my time. Time का तो जो limitation है, we can't go any further. There are so many things to talk about. But anyway, I have to keep to time. I must stop here. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Sri Krishna, Dr. Prasad ji. Today was an event that Jamuna and Ganga met. Kapoor Sahib said we should do it, and Dr. Prasad said how to do it. Beautiful, just beautiful coincidence. And my friends, this 27th verse of chapter 9, even try to be an actor, just do it as an acting. You will reach your destination. Go through Ram Sukla's book or Jayadayalji, Goenkaji's book or some other book and read more on 27. And something will start happening. That's the power of Bhagavad Gita, Song of God. That it will draw and get you the energy and strength and knowledge to become what it meant. So Dr. Prasad, it was a beautiful combination of what to do. And that justifies Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. You see it, you feel it. Everyone you see real act, Ishvara is there. Mama wants to Jiva Loke. Prove it, feel it. He is there in everyone. And this verse came out to be very, very penetrating, 927. I request all of you to read that. And also, dear friends, devotees, we have been thinking to improve this program. And after going in the conference in Minnesota, we found some very good speakers. We want them to get some chance and get on this platform. So we will be adjusting some timing, which once I talked to Swami Geeta Kiran ji, Kapoor Sahib, Peter ji, Dr. Prasad ji, and Vivek Kamran ji, how to optimize the timing. And also we will increase 10-15 more minutes. It's okay. Talking about Bhagavad Gita, talking about Lord Sri Krishna is all right to have some more time. We can do anything else, but this also has a lot of importance in our life. With that, I see Vivek Kamran is on there, so I request Vivek ji to bring up the issue of getting some speakers from Minnesota. And also let Dinesh Kumar ji say something. It's yours, Vivek
Jai
ji.
Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Joshi ji, Jai Shri Krishna, everybody there. What a beautiful satsang, Kapoor Sahib. Thank you so much. Dr. Prasad, how beautifully done. We have Panditji here with us today. And so he has joined and he can speak a few words. That would be nice. I have already spoken to Dr. Ved Sharma and to Chandra Prakash and obviously to Panditji and also if needed, Ashok Sharma. So these are, very, very good speakers. As we know, they're very professional in what they say and do. Dr. Ved Sharma, you've heard him before many times. And so they will be joining. And I think we should figure out what's good, how we can rotate them. That would make sense to everybody. And I think this way we can get more people from Minnesota on. So we will be doing that for sure, adding more people. So, but what a beautiful satsang today. There is no doubt about it, in my mind. And, once Vinoba Bhave said, karma is the mirror which shows our true form. And the true form is either anger or selfishness. So we got to work on that. We got to work on self-improvement. So what's that karma on chapter 5? But thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Saab. And chapter 9, verse 26, we'll work on that. Panditji, do you have to say anything? Panditji, you're there. Can you unmute for a second?
Yeah,
There
he's
you go.
coming.
बहुत बहुत सबसे पहले तो सबको जय श्री कृष्ण और जोशी जी, कपूर साहब, डॉक्टर साहब और उपस्थित सभी गुरु प्रेमी। मैं गीता से मिनेसोटा से बहुत बहुत सबका हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं और इस प्रक्रिया को जारी रखने के लिए गुरुदेव की जो परंपराएं हैं और श्रीमद् भगवद गीता का जो उपदेश है निरंतर, आपने ये बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेवारी लेकर के और सभी यहाँ रहने वाले सभी जो भी गुरु भक्त हैं या शहर निवासी हैं, सबके लिए बहुत बड़ी एक औषधि के रूप में काम करता है। और गीता तो है ही सर्वौषधि है सर्वोपनिषद है। और ये औषधि तो जब हमारे कान के द्वारा जब हमारे अंदर हृदय में स्थापित होती है तो निश्चित ही लगता है कि कहीं न कहीं भगवान कृष्ण और गुरुदेव के आशीर्वाद और गीता के शब्द हमारे तन और मन और अंतःकरण को पवित्र करता है। और इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अधिक न बोलते हुए धन्यवाद और सबको जय श्री कृष्ण अगेन।
पंडित जी
जय
एक
श्री
जय श्री
मिनट
कृष्ण पंडित जी, जय श्री कृष्ण।
पंडित जी, आप गुरु जी को 1 मिनट दिखा देंगे, उनकी झांकी 1 मिनट दिखा दीजिए, पिक्चर जो आप आश्रम में बैठे हुए हैं। कहाँ है गुरु जी, कहाँ है? 1 मिनट, देयर वी गो। और भगवान कृष्ण कहाँ है वो भी दिखा दो, कुछ
जय
मजा
श्री
आएगा।
कृष्ण गुरुदेव।
There we go. That was the part of it I wanted him to share. आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद पंडित जी, बहुत धन्यवाद। Thank you for joining. Thank
जय
you.
श्री कृष्ण। जय श्री कृष्ण।
With that, thank you everyone.
Yes.
We will improve this program in few weeks so that more people can get into the magic and mystic of Bhagavad Gita and the voice of Sri Krishna. Thank you very much, all of you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai
जय
Guru.
श्री
जय
कृष्ण,
श्री
जय
कृष्ण, जय
श्री
श्री
कृष्ण,
कृष्ण।
जय गुरुदेव।
Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. Thank you. It's very nice today. It's message for me too. Joshishi knows it.
We can hardly thank you enough words for you, Swami Gita Kiran ji. It's all because of you that we are meeting.
And this is a great blessing for myself, for me too, for this progress. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.